Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Daily English Talk. We're so glad to have you here today. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. On this channel, we hope you practice real English in a fun and easy way. If you like our videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. It really helps us out.
Today, we have an interesting topic for you. We're going to talk about habits, things we do regularly, often without thinking about them. Jack, do you know what a habit is?
Of course, a habit is something you do often and without thinking too much about it. For example, every morning I wake up and check my phone. It's automatic. I don't even think about it anymore.
That's a perfect example. We all have habits, both good and bad. Today, we're going to dive into some common habits we all have. Whether it's morning routines, work habits, or bad habits, we'll cover them all. So, let's get started.
Great! But first, let's talk about why habits are important. Habits shape our day-to-day lives, and understanding them can help us improve them. So, are you ready to talk about your daily habits, Emma?
Absolutely. I think we should start with morning habits because that's how we begin our day. Jack, what's the first thing you do in the morning?
Well, the first thing I do is wake up and check my phone. I look at the time, check for messages, and see if I missed anything important. It's almost automatic now. What about you, Emma?
I do something similar, but I also like to drink a glass of water as soon as I wake up. It helps me feel refreshed. What's the first thing you do after you check your phone?
I usually get out of bed, but sometimes I lay there for a few extra minutes. Just to enjoy the warmth of my blanket. But I always make my bed before I leave for the day. How about you? Do you make your bed?
Oh yes, I always make my bed. It helps me start my day with a small win. After that, I get ready and head to the kitchen for breakfast. Do you have a breakfast habit, Jack?
Definitely. I always have a cup of coffee and toast with butter. It's quick and simple. What do you usually eat for breakfast?
I'm a little more creative. Some days I have yogurt with fruit, other days I have oatmeal, but I always have coffee. I can't start my day without it. Do you think breakfast is an important habit?
I think it's super important. It's the first fuel your body gets after a long night of sleep. A good breakfast can set the tone for the rest of your day.
Exactly. Now let's move on to something that's more of a bad habit for me. I sometimes check my phone again when I'm eating breakfast, which isn't great, right?
That's a habit many people have. The light from your phone can be harmful in the morning. So maybe you could try not using your phone during breakfast. It could be a good habit to build.
You're right. I should focus on eating and enjoying the moment. Let's now talk about travel habits. How do you usually get to work, Jack?
Well, I usually walk to work since my office is not far from my house. It's healthy and free, which is perfect for me. What about you, Emma?
I usually take the bus to work, but on Fridays, I drive. I use the car because I have to do some big shopping after work, and it's easier with a car. What's your favorite part about walking to work?
I like that it gives me time to clear my mind. Sometimes I listen to music or just think about my day ahead. It's a peaceful habit. Do you listen to anything when you're on the bus?
That's a good habit. I should try that instead of always checking my phone. Now, let's move on to work habits. Emma, what's something you always do at work?
I always make a to-do list for the day. It helps me stay organized and on track. Do you make lists, Jack?
I try to, but I often forget or lose my list. It's definitely not a good habit. Maybe I should follow your example and make lists more often. Do you think work habits are important?
Definitely. Good work habits make us more productive, and they help us feel less stressed. But sometimes, it's easy to develop bad habits at work, like procrastinating, for example.
Speaking of bad habits, let's talk about evening habits. After work, I like to just sit on the sofa and do nothing for a bit. It's my way of relaxing. What do you do after work, Emma?
I usually go to the gym after work. I like to stay active, so I run on the treadmill or lift weights. It's a healthy evening habit. How about you? Do you exercise?
I don't go to the gym, but I do take a walk sometimes. Walking to the kitchen and the bus stop doesn't really count as exercise, does it?
Haha, no, Jack, that's not real exercise. But walking is better than nothing, right? After my workout, I usually cook dinner. Do you cook at home? I don't cook much. I usually order food. It's quicker, but not always the healthiest, and it's a bit expensive. What do you think about cooking at home?
It's healthier and it's cheaper in the long run. I think it's a good habit, but sometimes I'm just too tired to cook. What do you do after dinner?
I usually just relax. Sometimes I watch TV or check my phone. What about you?
I watch TV too, but I also like to read. It helps me wind down before bed. Do you have any habits before you sleep?
Speaking of winding down, let's talk about bad habits. We all have them, don't we? One of my bad habits is biting my nails when I'm nervous or watching something stressful.
I do that too. And sometimes I stay up late because I can't stop looking at my phone. It's a bad habit, especially before sleep.
Yes, the blue light from your phone isn't good for your eyes, especially at night. I need to start using my phone less before bed. How can we break our bad habits?
I read that it's good to start small. For example, if you want to stop looking at your phone before bed, try to put it away 10 minutes earlier each night. That way, it won't feel so difficult.
That's a great tip. I should start drinking less coffee. Maybe just 1 cup a day instead of 3.
That's a good plan. Small steps are the key to changing bad habits. And remember, we need to be consistent. If you do something every day, it becomes a habit, whether it's good or bad.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about habits today, good ones, bad ones, and everything in between. But now, we want to hear from you. What is one good habit you have? And what is one bad habit you want to change?
Please, share your answers in the comments below. It's a great way to practice English, and we love reading your responses. Remember, everyone has habits, and talking about them in English is a fantastic way to improve your speaking skills.
Exactly. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. That helps other learners find us, and it shows us that you're enjoying our content. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button. We upload new videos every week to help you practice real English.
Thanks for spending your time with us today. Keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, learning English is a journey. Be patient with yourself, and always try to make small improvements every day.
Yes, exactly. Start with small steps and build good habits. And before you know it, you'll see big progress. We'll see you next time for another fun and helpful English lesson.
Now that we've discussed bad habits, let's move on to something even more important: how to build good habits. It's one thing to recognize our bad habits, but the real challenge is replacing them with good ones. Jack, do you have any tips for building new habits?
One thing I've read is that starting small is key. If you want to start exercising, for example, don't try to run a marathon right away. Start with 5 minutes a day. And once it becomes a routine, you can gradually increase it.
That's a great point. Small steps make it easier to stick with a habit, and over time, it doesn't feel like such a big effort anymore. Another thing I've read is that it's important to track your progress. It helps you stay motivated.
Absolutely. Tracking your progress helps you stay accountable. For example, if you want to drink more water, you could mark off every glass you drink on a calendar or app. That way, you can see your progress every day.
And don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up sometimes. Building a habit takes time, and everyone has off days. The key is to keep going and not give up completely if you miss one day.
Exactly. Habits are all about consistency, not perfection. And the more consistent you are, the easier it gets. Another tip I found helpful is to pair your new habit with something you already do. For example, if you always have coffee in the morning, maybe you could start reading for 5 minutes right after your coffee. That way, your new habit is connected to something familiar.
I like that idea. It's like creating a routine. Once your habits are part of your daily routine, they'll feel natural. And remember, the more you repeat a habit, the easier it becomes to stick with it.
And if you find a habit that works, don't be afraid to share it with others. Sometimes, talking about your good habits with friends or family can encourage you to keep going.
That's true. We can all help each other create good habits. So, viewers, think about a habit you want to start today. Start small, stay consistent, and don't forget to track your progress. You can do it.
Before we finish today's video, we thought we could create a fun habit challenge for you. Emma, do you have any challenges that you can suggest?
I do. How about a 7-day habit challenge? Choose one small habit you want to start, like drinking more water, reading a book for 10 minutes, or waking up 10 minutes earlier each day. Track your progress for 7 days, and let's see how many of you can keep it up.
I like that. The idea of tracking your progress is great because it gives you something to look forward to. After 7 days, you'll feel proud of what you've achieved.
Exactly. And if you're feeling really motivated, you can even share your progress with us in the comments. Tell us what habit you're working on and how it's going. That way, we can all support each other.
And if you complete the 7-day challenge, we want to hear about it. Maybe you could even challenge a friend to join you. It's always fun to do these things together.
Another idea for a challenge is the no phone challenge before bed. Try not to look at your phone for 30 minutes before bed for a whole week. It's a great way to improve your sleep habits. You'll be surprised at how good it feels to disconnect before sleep.
That's a great one, Emma. I think I'll try that challenge myself. It's time to break my bad habit of looking at my phone too late.
Well, Jack, I think we've covered a lot today. We talked about how to identify habits, both good and bad, and how to build good habits that stick. We also shared some fun challenges to help you get started.
It's been a great conversation, Emma. I've learned some new tips about building habits, and I hope our viewers have too. Remember, habits don't change overnight, but with small steps and consistency, you can create lasting, positive changes.
Absolutely. And don't forget, the key is to start small. Whether it's drinking more water, waking up earlier, or reading before bed, every step counts. Keep practicing your English by talking about habits in your daily life.
Exactly. And if you want to improve your English even more, start using the vocabulary we discussed today. Words like habit, routine, always, never, and usually are great for everyday conversations.
Before we go, we have one last question for you. What's one habit you're proud of, and what's one habit you want to change? Write your answer in the comments below. We love reading your responses and learning from each other.
Let's talk about weekend habits now. Emma, do you have any habits that are different on the weekend compared to weekdays?
Oh, definitely. On weekends, I usually sleep in a bit longer. I might wake up around 9 or 10 a.m., which is much later than during the week. What about you, Jack? Do you sleep in on weekends?
Not really. I wake up around 7 a.m. even on weekends. I guess it's just a habit I've had for years. It's a bit early, but I enjoy the quiet time in the morning. It's peaceful before the world wakes up.
Wow, 7 a.m. on the weekend. That's impressive. But I understand. It can be nice to have some time to yourself in the morning. So, what do you usually do when you wake up?
I usually start my day with a nice cup of coffee and read the newspaper. I like to catch up on the news first thing. Do you have any weekend habits related to relaxing, Emma?
Yes, I try to take it slow in the morning. I'll drink my coffee, but I'll also read a book or maybe do some light stretching. On weekends, I feel like I can finally take my time and enjoy my morning.
That sounds really nice. I should try slowing down a bit on weekends. Sometimes I rush through the morning even when I don't have to. After that, I usually like to go out and meet friends. It's part of my weekend habit. Do you have a habit of meeting friends on weekends?
I do. On Saturdays, I like to go to brunch with my friends. We usually go to a small cafe near the park. The food is great and it's nice to catch up. What about you? Do you do any activities on the weekends?
I sometimes play football with my friends on Sundays. It's a great way to get some exercise and have fun. But I'm not very consistent with it. Sometimes I miss a game if I'm busy. Do you have any sports habits on the weekend?
I don't play much sports, but I do enjoy walking in the park or hiking. It's a great way to stay active, especially since I don't have time to exercise much during the week.
That sounds lovely. Walking is a great habit. So, Emma, do you have any weekend habits related to cleaning or organizing?
Yes. On Sundays, I always clean my apartment. I vacuum the floors, clean the bathroom, and do laundry. It's part of my weekend routine. It helps me feel ready for the new week. Do you have any cleaning habits, Jack?
Well, I do clean, but not every weekend. I usually clean when the apartment gets too messy. Maybe I should try making it a weekend habit to clean more often. It could be a good way to start the week fresh.
Now, let's talk about breaking bad habits. We all have them, don't we? I know I do. Jack, is there any bad habit you've been trying to break?
Oh, definitely. One of my bad habits is drinking too much coffee. I love it, but sometimes I drink so much that I feel jittery and anxious. It's not a great habit. What about you, Emma? Do you have any bad habits you want to break?
Yes, I definitely have a bad habit of looking at my phone late at night, especially when I'm in bed. It's not good for my sleep. The blue light from my phone keeps me awake, and I know it's something I need to change.
I totally get that. I've read that checking your phone before bed can make it harder to sleep. So, what do you think is the best way to break these bad habits?
Well, I think it's important to start small. If you want to stop using your phone before bed, maybe you could try putting it in another room so it's out of reach. And for coffee, maybe start by drinking less each day, or try switching to a lighter coffee in the afternoon.
That's a good idea. I think for my coffee habit, I could try to have just 1 cup a day instead of 3. But it's hard because I love the taste and the energy it gives me.
It's tough to change habits we enjoy, right? But it's all about making small adjustments. Maybe instead of coffee, you could try herbal tea in the afternoon. It's calming and it's not as addictive.
Yeah, I'll try that. Another thing I've read is that replacing a bad habit with a good habit is the key. So instead of reaching for my phone before bed, I could start reading a book. What about you, Emma? Do you have any tips for breaking bad habits?
Definitely. I think tracking progress is really helpful. If you track your habit every day, it helps you stay motivated. You can see how much progress you've made, and that can encourage you to keep going. Plus, it feels rewarding.
I agree. Tracking progress is key. It can really keep you on track. And if you have a slip up, it's important not to be too hard on yourself. We all make mistakes, and breaking habits takes time.
That's so true. Small steps and consistency are the best ways to break a bad habit. If you mess up one day, just get back to it the next day. It's all about staying consistent.
Exactly. So viewers, what about you? Do you have any bad habits you want to break? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you're working on your own habits.
All right, Jack. We've talked about good habits, but now let's dive into bad habits. We all have them, right? I know I do. Do you have any bad habits you're trying to break?
Oh, I definitely do, Emma. One of my bad habits is drinking too much coffee. I love it, but sometimes I drink so much that I feel jittery and anxious. I know I need to cut back, but it's hard. What about you? Any bad habits you want to change?
Yes, absolutely. One of my biggest bad habits is looking at my phone right before bed. I keep scrolling through social media even though I know it's not good for my sleep. The blue light from my phone keeps me awake. I really want to change that habit.
Oh, I hear you on that one. The phone before bed is so tempting. It's hard to resist, but it's something that definitely affects our sleep. So, Emma, do you have any strategies for breaking that habit?
Well, I've read that to break a bad habit, you should start with small steps. Instead of completely avoiding my phone before bed right away, I'll try setting a time limit. Like, I'll stop using my phone 30 minutes before I go to sleep. What do you think, Jack? Do you have any ideas for breaking your coffee habit?
That's a great idea, Emma. For my coffee habit, I think I could start by cutting back little by little. Instead of drinking 3 cups a day, I could reduce it to 2 cups and then 1 cup. It's about making small changes that don't feel too overwhelming.
Exactly. Starting small is key. And once we make a change, we can build on it. So I'm going to try not using my phone in bed and slowly replace it with reading or doing something relaxing before sleep. What do you think about replacing bad habits with good ones, Jack?
I love that idea. Replacing a bad habit with a good one is a smart way to make the change easier. For example, instead of drinking coffee every afternoon, I could drink herbal tea. It's relaxing and healthier. And it's still a warm drink, which helps me feel better.
That's a great plan. And another thing I've learned is that tracking your progress can really help you stay motivated. For example, if you write down how many cups of coffee you drink each day, you can see your progress and feel proud when you reduce the number.
Exactly. And let's not forget about rewards. Once you've successfully made a change, reward yourself for sticking with it. For example, after a week of drinking less coffee, you could treat yourself to a nice activity or a small gift. It helps keep you motivated.
Oh, I like that. For me, if I manage to cut down on coffee, maybe I'll treat myself to a fun day out with friends. That could be my reward for sticking to my goal.
Exactly. Rewards make the process more enjoyable and give you something to look forward to. But remember, it's important not to be too hard on yourself. We all slip up sometimes, but that doesn't mean we should give up. What do you think?
I totally agree, Emma. If I slip up, I'll just try again the next day. The key is to stay consistent and not be discouraged by a little mistake.
Yes. And one more thing I've heard is that making your bad habits harder to do can help. For example, I could put my phone in a different room at night, so it's out of sight and out of mind. What do you think, Jack? Could that help with your coffee habit?
That's a smart idea. If I didn't have coffee in the house, I wouldn't be tempted to drink it. So maybe I'll only buy a small amount each week. That way I can still enjoy it without going overboard.
I love that. By making our bad habits harder to do and replacing them with something positive, we can make the changes stick. It might take time, but we'll get there.
Exactly. So, viewers, what about you? Do you have any bad habits you want to break? What steps are you going to take to change them? Let us know in the comments below.
We'd love to hear from you. Remember, breaking bad habits takes time, but with small steps and consistency, you'll get there. And don't forget to track your progress and reward yourself along the way.
Thanks for joining us today. Keep working on your habits, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Bye for now, and remember, you've got this. Breaking bad habits is all about making small, positive changes every day.